like your Ron Swanson's,
Sure.
is that they look at have a very black and white view, and when someone disrupts that view, there really isn't a gray area for them. Like you see that in Winter Soldier.
Yeah,
you see that. You definitely see that in Civil War.
yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
And even in Infinity War, like, we're not gonna like blow Vision up.
Right? Yeah.
Like, he has just his right to. Like,
Yes, he very much stands his ground on this is what's right.
I mean, we're gonna blow the F out of Wakanda, but you know what? Vision's gonna stick around.
To the point where, I think in that case, Tony Stark, if we're going to Infinity War, Tony Stark is Michael.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? Shit. He's Michael in this one too. He solved the trolley problem.
He did.
He sacrificed himself.
Mm-hmm. Yep. He
Damn.
did. See what you did there?
I do. That was the good comparison.
Yeah. I see what you did there, Jared.
That's wild. I hadn't even thought about that. Tony Stark did the trolley problem.
So, would then Thor be Jason?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Thor is Jason.
The big Thorbowski?
I loved it so much. I loved it. It was so great. I was there in the theater. I was like, he's totally being Lebowski. And then Tony Stark is like, easy Lebowski. And I'm like, yeah, he gets it. Oh, that was delightful. That was utterly delightful to see, like, when, like, the whole thing of, I fucking loved the arc of Bruce Banner / Hulk, and him getting to kind of like meld the two and be, at ease and be kind of cool, and then them going to kind of get Thor, and Thor being like falling to pieces.
Yeah.
He's just, yeah, that was great.
I felt a lot about more sympathy towards Thor the second time around.
Mm-hmm.
Simply because he has lost both of his parents and lost Jane, though. I mean, what did you really lose there? But he had a chance to. He had that chance to kill Thanos. And
Yeah.
he didn't get the right spot.
Yeah.
I point to my head.
Yes. Which is great for podcasting.
Yes. So, I feel like that. Yeah, it's earned. Like his depression.
It is, but
His whining.
taking it to that level, that was something.
Yeah,
That was
and they
something.
couldn't just have him be mopey Thor. They had to.
It was good though. It was, the thing is that this is where the ensemble, the whole ensemble thing about this film played into his favor as far as being that character, because he was pretty one-dimensional. It was pretty sad sack. If he had to carry the film being that way, it wouldn't have worked.
No.
But you had enough people to balance it out.
Yeah, and then you also have like Bruce coming in there and being like, you save me, I'm going to save you.
Yeah.
And that's something, that's an Eleanor thing, that's a Chidi thing, that's a,
Yeah.
like, all for one for all.
I'm thinking as we're kind of figuring out how spot on I am with comparisons of Avengers to characters in The Good Place, that I'm seeing the more enlightened, post snap Hulk as Janet.
Yes, I can see this.
He's kind of the Janet. He's not a Hulk. He's not a Bruce Banner. He's just him.
Just like Janet's not.
She's not a woman.
Robot?
Not a robot. Yeah. Not a girl. Not a robot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very nice.
So all right. We've actually done pretty well so far.
Yeah.
If, again, to recap, folks, the Thanos is Doug Forsett on a really bad day. If he'd had a bad trip, that would have been Doug Forsett.
Yeah.
You've got Eleanor as part, what do we say, part Hawkeye, part
Tony.
Part Tony.
I'm actually more towards Tony on this one.
She's a little more Tony.
Yeah.
But no, because Michael is Tony.
That's right. Oh, yeah, that's right. Michael's Tony.
Michael is definitely Tony with the trolley problem, the self-sacrifice. Definitely Tony. So that keeps Eleanor pretty much in the Hawkeye camp. Mix of Hawkeye and Natasha.
Yeah.
Black Widow. Mm-hmm. She's kind of a mix of those two. We've got Tahani as... Who did we say Tahani was?
Oh.
Have we said it Tahani yet?
I don't think we mentioned
Okay, we'll get to it Tahani. Chidi is Captain America.
Yes.
And we already said Michael is Tony Stark.
Would Ant-Man be Tahani?
Ant-Man's a little Tahani. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, you cracked it. Ant-Man is Tahani.
Because only Tahani would come up with the time heist.
Well, and it's also...
and brag about, and she'd be the one to brag about, well, I fought with Captain America.
Yeah, she'd be the one asking for the selfie with the kids. And
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
Take the goddamn phone.
Yeah. They don't want it. Yeah, they don't want it.
Yeah.
So, yes, Tahani is Ant-Man. Well done, sir.
That's why I'm your co-host.
So we've cast the main people. Do we see any parallels with Nebula?
That would be Sean.
No.
No. You don't
I
see
disagree.
Sean?
I don't see it as Sean. Because Nebula has some redemption.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she's actually already swung over onto the good side.
Yep.
So I don't see her as Sean.
So, Nebula. I don't know. I can't think of anything at the moment that would be...
Okay. I'm not seeing a parallel for Nebula either.
Yeah.
Do we see
Nebula's more there for a plot device anyway.
Yeah. I like her arc, though. I like her arc.
But you have to keep... Well, so there's... We're going to go... if you don't mind, we're going to go side hustle to time travel land.
We're going to Back to the Future this shit.
Well, no. I'm hesitant to go in the Back to the Future shit, but
okay.
I have some questions. One of them is how 10-year-old or 2014 Nebula or 2012 Nebula, fuck the year.
Guardians of the Galaxy Nebula.
Yeah.
Like Guardians of the Galaxy 1 Nebula.
How the old Nebula is able to somehow connect with the new Nebula. That
was a device of convenience.
Yeah,
Suddenly she had a Wi-Fi uplink or something. I don't know what the fuck.
Mm-hmm. Because, I mean, let's face it, like, they needed to bring... Someone had to make Thanos aware of the plan.
There was that, because Thanos is inevitable.
Yes. The other thing is, and I just kind of noticed it again as we were watching the Spider-Man trailer before we went on mic.
Yes.
So... Ant-Man's daughter got older.
She did.
And Peter's friend from school, they all stayed the same age.
Well, because they were snapped out. They were snapped out, yeah.
So I'm curious, like, did everyone in his class get snapped out?
It's a good question.
Trailer, because
they all look the same age. MJ's there, yeah. All of that.
Like,
all
how does that work? Like, how, like...
It's a good question.
I thought about that, too. I'm like going, this is like, how is Peter still the same age and Ant-Man's daughter is 5 years older?
Well, I mean, I guess if you're looking...
She was like 6.
So the thing is that also some of the people in that high school have to have been snapped out of existence.
Yeah.
They had to have been. The fact that Spider-Man's entire posse not it's a little dicey there.
Yeah.
A little dicey.
I mean, the kid from the bully from Grand Budapest Hotel, I mean, he could have been snapped out and just stayed snapped.
The bully from Grand Budapest Hotel?
Oh, no, he's the bully in the first Spider-Man, but he's
the kid. He's the bellhop.
He's the bellhop in Grand Budapest
Yeah,
Hotel.
okay. All right. I was like, I don't think he was a bully in Grand Budapest.
No, he was the hero.
He was. I love that movie.
I love that movie so much.
That was a movie for me that brought me back to Wes Anderson, because I was out at Darjeeling Limited. I was kind of back in at Moonrise Kingdom, and then I was fully back on board with Grand Budapest.
And then he went ahead and made Isle of Dogs,
Which I haven't seen yet.
Okay.
Still haven't seen it.
Prepare to be
disappointed, underwhelmed.
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 I would say underwhelmed. Don't be disappointed. Be underwhelmed.
That's too bad. So, but all right, okay. So I would agree that Nebula doesn't really have a good place comparison.
No.
Does anybody else have a good place comparison? Is Jon Favreau's character the gatekeeper in... You know what I'm saying?
Yes, the Mike O'Malley role.
Yeah, which we can't really talk about because it's season 3, but I'm thinking he's the Mike O'Malley role.
Yeah. And I'm thinking, yeah, you have a point there. I'm also thinking, again, not getting to... They hinted at season 2 that they've gone back to where they originally started to change their...
Mm-hmm.
Which is sort of like going back to that time travel concept.
It is. It's actually, that's another good comparison, is that they're back on Earth. They've got their kind of do-over, but in this case, they're not technically aware of it.
Uh-huh.
Even as Michael's doing Michael. We'll just say. We actually, from the end of season 2, we know about some of his nudges.
Yes.
We know that he nudges Eleanor towards Chidi.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he plays Sam Malone again for a little bit, and he gets Eleanor nudged towards Chidi. So that's good. In that, you know, he's kind of... It's kind of not unlike, again, Tony Stark talking to his own dad.
Yeah.
Back in the 50s. I hadn't thought about that till just now. That was the sound, if you're not aware of, you know, really like keeping your ears out for it, dear podcast listeners, of a light bulb going off in my head.
Mm-hmm. You should have seen it, guys.
It was brilliant. Mm-hmm. Like, lights were a little brighter. It was something.
I had to wear shades. It was so...
The future was so bright that you had to wear shades. Side note, my level of drunkenness is now like paralleling the last episode of James Bonding.
I haven't watched...
Have you not listened to it yet? They finally aired the cocktail episode.
Oh, no.
I am right now Matt Gorley.
Did Matt Gorley get drunk?
Gorley got pretty
soused?
drunk. He got a little soused, yeah. Anyway, it made for some compelling podcast listening. So I'm hoping as I edit this weekend that I will also agree that it makes for some compelling podcast listening.
I know. I thought about bringing some beers over too.
You're welcome to have one, but you got to drive back.
Yeah,
so,
that's true. And so, next time when we do start doing our little high.
You know
episodes.
what? We could do a good place cocktail party. Oh. That would be so fun. So the concept, since you haven't listened to it yet, and I'm not going to give anything away. You got to listen to it though. They just basically, the constants are Matt and Matt, obviously, but they've got people going back and forth.
Are they doing their...
just like in and out, and they're talking about, so all of the cocktails are James Bond themed, so we would have to get somebody to make cocktails that are the good place themed.
Oh, well, there's only one really signature cocktail. That's Only Girl margaritas.
Oh yes, yes. But they go further. They make like a Moonraker cocktail based like